Coming up, why hundreds of high schoolers walked out to protest immigration enforcement, what they want ICE to hear.
Dance Marathon's a big event. How students and the community are raising money for patients at the Children's Hospital.
An upset in Carver. How a historic shooting performance sunk the 10th-ranked Hawkeyes.
A mystery to come to life on the Hampshire stage.
Higher temperatures and sunshine ahead. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up.
All that and more
Coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. It is Friday, February 6th. I'm Camila Muniz.
And I'm Kenna Murtis.
And the third member of our team, Josie Boyle, joins us live outside the library with today's forecast. Josie, today is much warmer than it has been outside. Do we have to keep bundling up?
Camilla and Kenna, luckily today's weather will be just above freezing, but I will still be wearing my winter coat this weekend. Right now it is 37 degrees outside, but let's take a look at the Pentacrest. Today's high will be around 40 with cloudy skies. Tonight's temperature will drop to the low teens, so don't put away those coats too soon. Saturday brings partly cloudy skies with a high of around 33 degrees and will drop to the low 20s at night. Things are starting to slowly warm up, but like I said, don't put those coats away too soon. I will have the rest of the week's forecast coming up.
And Thursday, hundreds of Iowa City middle and high school students took part in an organized walkout at the Pentacrest in response to nationwide immigration enforcement activity. DITV's Liz Schultz captured students' chants and emotions and their message to ICE.
Hundreds of students took to the streets of Iowa City Thursday, raising their voices for immigration justice. High schoolers, middle schoolers, and even University of Iowa students joined, marching around the Pentacrest.
One of their main messages is that the younger generation needs to be a part of the change.
The walkout was organized by students who say this march is about making sure their voices are heard.
This is how we let them know that what they're doing is stupid.
Some speakers shared personal stories and family members directly impacted.
My family is gone because of them.
I cannot stress enough how important it is that we are here today.
You need to speak up.
And for many students in attendance, this movement hits close to home.
We are the future generation. I think it's important that we get something like this taken care of. We stand out and speak up.
Iowa City Councilor Oliver Weiline also spoke at the rally, encouraging students to stay engaged and keep pushing for change.
Never fall into the trap of blaming somebody who is just looking for a better life.
As the crowd grew, many University of Iowa students continued joining in, turning the protest into a powerful show of solidarity. And students say this is just the beginning, and that the voices of the younger generation will help shape change for the future. In Iowa City, Liz Schultz, DITV News.
And an update in Fieldhouse Bar and Grill's liquor license. Iowa City officials plan to revoke the previous suspension of Fieldhouse alcohol license this week. Officials discovered the ordinance used in the original suspension was deleted back in 2015, meaning it does not correctly mirror current city codes. The suspension did not fully take effect because Fieldhouse appealed, meaning alcohol sales at Fieldhouse have not been impacted. City Council will consider renewing Fieldhouse license on February 17th.
And a heads up for drivers in Iowa City. Gilbert Street is closed between Jefferson and Market Street due to a water main break. Video seen on screen shows crews working to repair the break. The city says traffic is expected to return to normal by the end of the day. And Escucha Mi Voz, a nonprofit in Iowa City, is cracking down on preparing for ICE encounters. They are organizing community events to help the public face potential situations.
Republican Congresswoman Ashley Hinson is criticizing these events. DITV's Annika Perez joins us live in the newsroom to break down why Hinson is so critical. Annika?
Yes, Cami and Kenna. Ashley Hinson shared in a social media post that Escucha Mi Voz is, quote, encouraging interference with law enforcement. She added their actions are, quote, deeply disturbing. Escucha Mi Voz responded to her statement saying, in part, quote, Escucha Mi Voz stands with Iowa families and communities in calling for real solutions that build safety, dignity, and justice, not hate and division. And as tensions rise with law enforcement, tensions are also rising in the Iowa legislature. This week, Iowa lawmakers explored vaccination requirements for students across the state. A bill just advanced in the Iowa legislature that would eliminate vaccine requirements for elementary and secondary students in Iowa. This would make Iowa the first state to eliminate vaccines for students. Supporters believe medical or religious exemptions are not enough. They add it targets parents who are against vaccines and limits their rights. Those against the bill, including pediatricians in the state, argue the bill is a danger to children's health. And Iowa lawmakers are considering upgrading animal torture from a misdemeanor to a felony. Iowa is currently the only state in the country that does not classify first offense animal torture as a felony. However, animal welfare advocates are pushing for change. Lawmakers proposed this bill last week. The bill is advancing and will soon make its way to the House to the floor for a vote. The Daily Iowan will continue to provide updates on the bills in the Iowa legislature. Live in the newsroom, Annika Perez, DITV.
And get ready to dance for a cause. The University of Iowa's Dance Marathon is back this weekend, raising money and awareness for children and families across the state.
DITV Co-Sport Director Colin Carruthers joins us live from the U-Iowa Memorial Union with a look at how students are making a difference. Colin?
Guys, good morning. I'm here live at the Iowa Memorial Union, where later today the University of Iowa's Dance Marathon will begin their 24-hour big event. It's all in support of patients and families at the UI Said Family Children's Hospital. Starting today, students will spend 24 hours on their feet dancing, volunteering, and sharing personal stories, all for the kids. This weekend features a variety of activities keeping everyone on their toes. The funds raised go directly towards patient care, research, and family support programs at the hospital. But organizers say Dance Marathon is about more than just the event. It's a year-long effort of student involvement and community support. Well, the 24-hour big event will lock everyone inside of here at 7 p.m. tonight, and donations can be made on their website at any point. Live from the IMU, Colin Carruthers, DITV.
Thanks, Colin. Looks like a lot of fun. And coming up later, recaps for men's and women's basketball. Softball gets ready to swing into their season, and a vital duel for men's wrestling. All that and more after the break.
Plus a new play at Hansher, a special look inside a student organization, and a spooky surprise. All that and more after the break. We'll be right back.
Stories occur every day, and here at DITV, we've got you covered with up-to-date news and politics.
We are anxiously waiting for those votes for not only the national election, but here in District 1.
Community members protest and stand for science.
Keeping highlights and scores with Hawkeye Sports.
Advancing to the quarterfinals, Iowa looks to boost their overall placement and their way into the semis.
It's Iowa's second road win of the season, first since September 21st.
And of course, all the latest in entertainment.
Sit back, relax, and here's the word on the street.
I'm here at the Alan McVeigh Theater, where a unique performance.
Here at DITV, we've got a crew bringing you all the stories from across the nation and right here in your backyard.
From the Iowa State Fair.
In Nashville, Tennessee.
From downtown Iowa City.
From Carver Hawkeye Arena.
And bringing all the coverage straight to you live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Around the University of Iowa and Iowa City community, we have the stories that matter to you here at DITV.
Welcome back to DITV this morning.
Let's take a look back outside with Josie, who has the forecast for the week ahead.
Yes, Camilla and Kenna, this weekend will be much warmer than usual. Sunday will be our warmest day in a while, with a high of around 40 degrees and some sunshine before dropping to the mid-20s in the evening. If you're looking to go outside, Monday is the day. Temperatures will continue to rise with a high of around 55 degrees with sun and a low of 36. Tuesday will remain in the low 50s with partial clouds and a nighttime low in the 20s. Temperatures will drop back down to the 40s for cloudy days the rest of the week. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited to walk around campus and enjoy the sun without my hat and gloves. Live from the main library, Josie Boyle, DITV.
Thanks, Josie. Now, Morgan, what can you tell us about sports this week?
Well, Cammie, there is a lot going on with Hawkeye Sports. But first, the Iowa women's basketball team returned to Carver following a 2-game road trip out west. Last night, Iowa looked to get back on track against the Minnesota Gophers. DITV's Cole Krieger has the story.
Carver Hawkeye Arena was lit up for the return of Iowa women's hoops after a 2-game road stretch out west. On a 2-game losing streak, the Hawkeyes were hungry to get back in the win column versus the rival Gophers. But in basketball, sometimes the basket looks 10 feet wide. And tonight, the Gophers took advantage of that, shooting 51% from the field and a staggering 71% from three. After giving away the lead in the second quarter, Iowa never got the lead back as Minnesota ran away with it, leading by as much as 18 in the third.
I wouldn't say concern, but urgency. You know, we need to do what we can do, and we haven't done that in the past few games.
But I told the team at halftime, it's not the result I was cared about of that halftime, of the score. It was how it happened. And that's, you know, on me. I really thought we hadn't prepared. I loved our game plan.
The Gophers out-rebounded the Hawks 41-28, with 5 of them also going for double digits. Forward Grace Grocheski led all scorers with 25.
But that was a very poor performance on the defensive end. You know, we didn't really get going until the last 5 minutes of the game.
Despite a late push by the Hawkeyes, the Gophers hung on, handing the Hawkeyes their first loss in Carver of the season by a final score of 91-85.
Now, after I cooled down a little bit, I said, we will not just win because we're at Carver. I said, the fan base is going to think that because Carver is like, but you cannot let that thought in your mind because I know how good they are.
It was just 10 days ago when the Hawkeyes stood at the top of the Big Ten Conference with an 18-2 record. Now, they're 18-5, with a long week ahead of them until their next game against Washington right here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. From that same building, Cole Krieger, DITV Sports.
Men's basketball continues to roll after their 5th straight win against Washington on Wednesday night. Iowa was down 7 going into halftime, but then outscored the Huskies 43-26 after the break. Alvaro Folgueras made a big impact off the bench, scoring 16 points in just 18 minutes. The Hawks return home searching for their 6th straight win against Northwestern on Sunday. And what might come as a surprise to you, especially with the cold weather, is that the Iowa softball team's season begins today. But don't worry, they are going to warmer weather in Tallahassee, Florida for their first tournament. The team spoke to media on Wednesday about the upcoming season and their new head coach.
New season, new players, and a new head coach. Former Iowa player Stacey May Johnson was brought in to take over this program after plenty of coaching changes took place last year.
Culture, a big question mark for Iowa softball, now on their 4th head coach in just 1 year. But after speaking to the team for Media Day here at the HRTC, it is hopeful determination that defines that culture.
They were just ready for some consistency. It was kind of like, okay, we have our direction, we know who our leader is, let's move forward.
May Johnson joins the Hawks after a head coaching stint with both Utah Valley and most recently Fresno State. Coach May Johnson mentioned that while this transition has been the easiest for her, she still needs to be ready for whatever comes her way.
Every single year is a different group of athletes, and I think if one thing I've learned, you have to be adaptable. Every single day I'm out here, I'm just like them. I'm developing as a coach, just like our athletes.
But it sounds like she's plenty along with her own development as a coach, immediately winning over the locker room and garnering the players' respect.
Like, she could be a motivational speaker. Like, she gets up in front of us and just like motivates us so well, and we all just feel like a different kind of drive after she speaks.
Her speeches are so like intense and she really gets you going, and so it loves you and it gets you ready to go every single day.
The Hawks begin play this Friday in the Joanne Graff Classic down in Tallahassee, Florida, starting up against Sanford and number 7 Florida State. From the HRTC, Colin Crithers, DITV Sports.
And Iowa men's wrestling finds itself in another premier matchup against a Big Ten foe tonight, this time on the road against number 2 Ohio State. The Hawkeyes are coming off a loss at home to number 9 Minnesota, where the Gophers took 6 of the 10 matches in last Friday's duel. The Black and Gold are convincingly 19-3 all-time in Columbus, but lost to the Buckeyes earlier this season at the 2025 National Duels. Both teams have been rattled by injuries. The Buckeyes will be without top-ranked 157-pounder Brandon Canyon, and the Hawks will miss Angelo Ferrari for the 3rd straight duel. Tomorrow, the Iowa gymnastics team returns to Carver Hawkeye Arena to take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Iowa has had this meet circled all year. As fans are encouraged to attend, the Gym Hawks are looking to break the attendance record for an Iowa gymnastics meet. The all-time record is 3,715. Iowa is coming off of its highest scoring performance versus Minnesota last week. Tomorrow's meet will begin at 4 p.m. Well, that is all we have for Hawkeye Sports. Let's send it to Grace Lathrop with more on arts and culture.
Welcome back to another segment of The Vibe. I'm Grace Lathrop, and I'm looking forward to bringing you more arts, culture, and good vibes ahead. To start us off, an organization on campus is bringing diverse students together. DITV's Linda Lacco shows us how one group is preparing for a colorful and engaging showcase.
Walk It Out is the largest multicultural organization on this campus. There are 6 different cultural groups, and pretty much we work for a semester and a half to put on a show.
Each week, students come together to rehearse, improve, and prepare for the showcase every year.
Just hoping that you're able to put on a show that represents your culture well and still includes everyone.
And this is just the beginning. We are stepping into a world built on expression, community, and culture, especially through styles like hip-hop.
Hip-hop is mainly the style people start with because it's the most free. You have the most freedom.
And with this freedom, the style is more than choreography. Behind the scenes, it's also about friendship.
I love the people. The community is like the best there is on campus.
The amount of people that I've been able to get to know across campus has been monumental.
A space where students express themselves through multiple styles, Walk It Out is also focused on the culture aspect of showcasing students who may find a sense of belonging at the university.
I really love dancing, and I wanted a community on campus where I could do that.
Coming together, Walk It Out brings a joy to these students and shows that anyone can participate no matter what level you are at.
Being in Walk It Out really gave me the opportunity to settle and feel okay being fully me.
The main goal of our choreo is to have people enjoy what they're doing on stage.
This is just the beginning. There's even more styles, voices, and preparation to come. Tune in to DITV for the next part to the stories of Walk It Out. In Iowa City, Linda Lacco, DITV, Arts and Culture.
And today marks the first day the traveling play Clue will be at Hampshire Auditorium. Although many are excited to see the hit game come to life on stage, for one cast member, this performance means something more. Actor Nate Curlott, who portrays the character Colonel Mustard in the play, is originally from Davenport, Iowa. His love for theater started in middle school when he starred in multiple performances and found a passion for entertainment. Now he is taking the nation by storm through mystery, laughter, and heart, bringing the show back home to Iowa.
It's one of those things when I'm growing up, you know, small town Iowa stuff, it's like you don't really, you want, like that's a dream, is to be able to make it to a point where you can then bring the show home.
Clue is about a cast of 6 characters who meet at Brody Manor. When things quickly go south, it's up to them and the audience to solve a mysterious murder based on the classic board game that we all know and love. Tickets are still available, and according to Colonel Mustard himself, this is a show that you can't miss.
It's really important with everything going on to get together and just have a good time, and Clue offers you that. You will leave the night really happy with how you spent the last 80 minutes of your life.
And if that doesn't convince you to go, I don't know what will, visit the link below for more details. And for our Feel Good Friday story of the week, Disney adults can now get married at an unconventional but classic location. That's right, the iconic Haunted Mansion can now be used as a wedding backdrop for newlyweds. Couples can tie the knot and say I do right on the steps of the mansion starting in July. With a hefty price tag ranging from $20,000 to $40,000, couples can rent out the mansion courtyard that can accommodate only up to 25 guests. The only catch is these ceremonies have to happen before the parks open, leaving a tough time frame to book. A unique and one-of-a-kind experience that truly will leave newlyweds with some frightening memories. But for now, thank you so much for joining us on another segment of The Vibe. I will see you next Friday, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
And thank you for joining us online or live. whether you're listening at FM.
We're here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and online anytime at thedailyiowan.com.
For all of us here, thanks for watching. We'll see you again right here on Monday morning.